Blackman arrived. Never mind. Hey, yo, Blackman,
You
how you doing, brother?
doing good, are you?
Doing good, doing good. Have 3% on my battery. It's my birthday. I don't have a charger with me, so make the best out of it.
Okay.
It's actually perfect timing that you joined because I was about to propose a role play, and I was thinking I need to do it with Nika. But in that case, more than happy to just review you doing it with Nika, because he is walking in the park, and I think if he's gonna make a sound, he's gonna get ripped or something.
Okay. Just a second.
Where is Miles? I have 3% of battery. He just
Having
threw down.
a good birthday so far.
Nika, your internet is dying.
Yeah,
Maybe I have a power bank. If I have a power bank, I'm more than happy to do it longer. Oh, Nika is back. Okay. Come on, chop chop, guys. I don't really mind who starts.
you want to start?
Honneur aux dames. You can start.
Yeah, ladies first. Nika, chop chop.
Hey, Miles, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, what made you make time to come on the call today?
Um, Nothing in particular.
Call or anything, if I may ask?
Excuse me?
Was it because something on the cold call caught your eye or anything?
You said you could bring me work.
Okay. So, how this conversation is gonna go? I'm gonna ask you a few questions so to see if our program will adjust the right fit for your company. So, if you don't mind, we're gonna start with the questions.
I mean,
A better way. Nika, a better way will be just simply. So, shall we dive into it or right into it? Like, there's like there is no reason for you to ask for the permission to ask me the questions. It is just the right framing. Like you want to represent your position. What is it that you want to do in the first place before you even go into the pricing? Before you even like tell him what's probably relevant, the most relevant to him. And just in case he will be wondering why are you not going directly into that, you just want to just simply say this in the pre-frame, which is in this case, for example. So I'll just ask you a couple of questions so I can see where you are, where you want to go, and then obviously see if what is it that we are doing that would basically align with those ideas that you have, or if what is it that we are doing just simply works for your company. So shall we dive right into it?
Okay.
Yeah. And you can like literally use the tonality to formulate the question in a way where it's just like curiosity, like the curiosity aspect to it. Like, so Miles, shall we dive right into it? Or is there anything else you would like to add? Yes, Miles?
I have 100 SMS per day, and for my workflow, do you think I should put? I thought about having a maximum of 20 people in my workflow every day, maximum.
Because of the limitations, yes. Because
Yeah,
you don't want to get your SMS banned. By the
yeah,
way, on a
sure.
side note, I have
Mhm.
1% battery, so like if it's gonna end, I'm just gonna join on my phone. Just that, so you know.
Of course, no problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the last time I did it,
Yeah.
and the workflow couldn't finish on the first day because I had 100 people in my workflow, and then I never knew that it was only 100 messages. So,
Oh no. Like if you have too many messages, it breaks.
mhm.
If I'm not mistaken, what you can do if it's because I don't necessarily remember if it's limited to a sub account or a specific number. You could either test it with multiple numbers and just have 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, or you can just simply do it in a sub account as well, like one sub account 20. But I think that's going to be more complicated, so I will test it at the beginning with just simply one number 20, one number 20, one number 20, and just basically separate the workflows like that.
Yeah, I would try that. Oh, okay. Office, so like that, just having one account, having one number 20, and see how it goes. So,
But I also
but
like the fact that you have interrupted the role play and just asked me a question about the go high level. And as a matter of fact, you were a part of that role play. Does that answer your question, or do you have any questions relevant? So, Miles, does that answer your question, or do you have any more questions that are in regards to outreach?
no, it's okay.
Okay, cool. Then can we move forward with the role play?
Yeah, we can.
Cool. Please, Nika, start again.
From the beginning?
Of course.
From the preprint.
Why not?
Hey Miles, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, what made you come to the call?
Nothing in particular.
That's a terrible question, Nika. Like,
So nothing in...
no, this question is too open. So what you can ask him is, Miles, I take into consideration we have reached out to you. However, from what you remember when we reach out to you, is there anything specific that has awoken your interest that basically made you to hop onto this call? Because then he can give you an answer that is relevant to something. Because otherwise, you're just gonna ask him, Miles, why are you here? Miles just gonna do the same thing he just did and be like, I don't know. Because in other words, this is what you just asked. Simply, so why are you here? Please try again.
So, what caught your eye to make time and come on the call today?
Oh, you said you can bring me work.
Stop.
Okay.
You literally just said to him that his time is more valuable than yours. Because you said also what made you take time out of your day and jump on this call. If you want to say something in this direction, just say what made you book the call. Or
Okay.
Miles, just enlighten me. Why are we speaking?
Okay. So, what made you book this call today?
You said you could bring me work.
Okay, great. So, I'm first gonna ask you some questions to see where you want to go and to see how we can adjust the program the best way to your company. So, have you tried other lead sources in the past?
No,
So, nothing. Billboards, ads, anything, another agency perhaps?
no. I really believe these things may be just shit, but I wanted to try out.
Okay. So, how many new clients do you see on average each month?
Let's say 20 to 30.
And how much appointments did you do this year so far?
I don't know.
Mile is truly like a black business owner. I spoke once to a solar guy, literally the same answer. Not really. Really. And technically, yes, but in this situation, Nika, well, like if the guy responds to you like this, there is a chance he sees you as incompetent. Don't worry. So in order to reposition yourself, you need to basically highlight the stupidity that is involved in the answer he gives you. Because if someone asks you about numbers, unless he has a manager in his team that basically knows all the numbers and he's just the owner, so he doesn't give two fucks, you need to highlight and shut down him immediately by just simply be like, Miles, but you're the decision maker, correct? So how come you don't know the relevant data that is relevant to your business? And don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to have a conversation on a certain level here, because I would assume neither of us wants to waste our time. So can you answer my answer? Like, can you give me answers to my questions or not? Or do I need to speak to someone who is above you in the company? Like, you don't need to be that aggressive, because it obviously depends on the person. But for example, it will annoy me that he is eating a fucking apple while speaking to me.
I get it.
Please try from the fuck up.
Is my internet okay?
Huh?
Who's?
Is my internet okay? It just said
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
okay. So, how many new clients do you see at average each month?
25 on average. Sometimes 35, depends. But at least 25.
Between what numbers? If I could be a little bit clearer.
What do you mean?
You say sometimes. Well, do you know? Can you give me an average? Like, not give me only your best times, your worst. Just an in between, please.
Why do you say please?
I don't know.
Nika, who is he that you say please? He's eating an apple. He's disrespectful towards you. He has big ass gold chain on his neck. His shirt is open. He will tear you apart if he could. And you are saying please. He's a big black man. You need to make him submit to you. Otherwise, like, they don't. I'm not being racist. I'm not being like misogynistic here. I mean it for real. Due to the fact that a lot of business owners are gonna look at you due to the fact that you're a woman, and they're gonna assume you are not as competent as they are. Especially if, granted, in your case it's a little bit different because you are also in the niche where you will most likely deal with women or gay people, or people that are not good at sales. But if you will deal someone with, for example, solar or landscaping, like old men, you need to be able to hold yourself in a certain manner. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Goose, please try again. We don't need to start from pre-frame, but you should know where you fucked up.
Now, do not say 2K, then you have to call it. Like, it works when you say 6K. That's 6K.
So how many new clients do you get on average each month?
9K, and they'll make back.
That's good. Let's say I'm getting from 25 to 35 clients each month. Let's say 30.
Right, and also when you charge those prices, yes, we're gonna take pocket.
And how many of them do you actually close?
Those that can afford that price range actually close their website.
Oh, I close 25 to 35 clients each month.
Yeah.
That was wrong on your side, Nika, because if I'm not mistaken, the first question you asked was clients. You didn't say leads, because I would assume you wanted to go for leads. Am I correct to say that? Or did you wanted to know how many clients is he getting? Okay. So that's the difference. So you have leads
and then
you
the
have
clients.
prospects, and you have clients. So lead is a newly generated person. A prospect is someone you are either gonna speak to, or you already spoke to, or he already knows about your existence. And then you have a client, someone who paid you. Like if some of you are gonna tell me that you guys have a client and there is no money in the bank account, I'm like, you're gonna get kicked out.
That's right.
Just to clarify. So please, from the fuck up.
So how many new leads do you get each month?
Well, I don't know, but on a maximum N50, it's mostly referral.
Yeah, but you make the decisions, right? You must know the numbers.
Yeah, I said on a maximum N50. We are working on referrals. So it's really inconsistent. Like it fluctuates, depends. But it's never so low, and it's maximum 50. I'm saying maximum 50 because I think 4 months ago it reached 50, but not generally.
And what's the lowest, if I may ask them?
Maybe 30.
Is there somebody who managed all the numbers for you, or?
I do everything.
Then how come you don't know shit? Is a question you can ask. On a side note, did you hear, by the way, Nika, he told you what his problem is. Have you figured out what it is?
That he doesn't know his own numbers?
While it may be an issue, he knows the relevant numbers. You're one question away from hitting him really hard. Have you? But from what he said so far, you have a clear clue on what his problem is. Do you know what he said? There's one specific thing he said.
Referrals?
It was relevant to the referrals, yes. There was something about referrals he has mentioned that should have caught, like you, it should have caught your attention.
On his best month, he hits 50.
The numbers are relevant, but you don't know what the average cost per job is, so the numbers are not as relevant. There was one more thing.
And then to say that all of his clients don't have social media, correlation with demographic.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
They will be using social media. And I would think
Does anyone know?
truly believe the machine and deny it. So,
Okay. Anyone?
Inconsistently true.
Yes. He said inconsistent lead flow, which is a problem. He literally said, which is a problem.
And as such, second, you say, yes, okay, I understand.
So with that, you will just, the only thing you don't even need to go too deep into the numbers. You can literally collect maybe two more relevant questions. Granted, one will be enough. Basically, what is the average job price that he gets? And then what is, for example, if there are any other ways that he's currently getting, like actively, that he's currently actively doing, that allow him to get new leads in. This is not as super relevant, but like just out of curiosity, I will ask. But then when you get the number on the jobs, you can calculate what is his worst, what is his best month, and say, ooh. So Miles, correct me if I'm wrong, but based on what you told me, your best month is at 100,000. Your worst is 20. How come you're able to pay for your team or just able to afford bread? Like, don't get me wrong, but as a business owner, like from a business owner to a business owner, I will get pissed if the difference in between my best and my worst month is 80,000.
That's a big difference.
So please try again from the fuck up. Granted, it was not a fuck up, but like you have missed on the important information.
No, they kind of do. Right? Anytime, anyone ever just
So, have you done anything lead sourcing before?
and then are you happy because like you
Nope.
go down the next fact that they can't afford it means they
Mm,
have to pay.
Didn't try anything
Right?
ever before.
What's more important? This month's bill,
Nope.
the utility which will be a bit late on. Or not.
So,
Apart from
how many
marketing,
new?
I didn't do any advertising. I never worked with a marketing company right now till
Yes,
then.
it's very different. It's big business. A different person can give it quiet.
What happened? Where's the black man? Oh yeah, someone needs to charge his Mac as well. Don't worry, my iPhone is good as well. On the side note, my iPhone is 15%.
So tell me, what do you have? You said you could bring me work. How? You started this call asking me questions and said to me you will ask me questions, but you never said to me how you show me your persistence, what will work, how will you do to bring me work. I don't understand.
I can show you afterwards, but first I need to make sure that we are a right fit for each other.
What do you mean?
What does this mean? What is your financial plan?
I can't promise you the same results if I don't know if you're a right fit with us.
If I am a right fit with you, what do you mean by being a right fit with you?
No.
We need to make sure that our program will adjust the right way to your company to get your the leads that you want, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to sell.
So there's first some basic knowledge that I need to know about your company in order to make sure that everything will adjust just right.
Okay, I gave you pretty all. You asked me a couple of questions. Now, isn't it okay?
Well, you haven't really answered them.
Some people, you have to.
No, like so far you just asked wrong questions. By the way, you talk too much. The easiest way will be, Miles, it's absolutely fine. I'm more than happy to show you the process. The only thing is, as I told you at the beginning, I need to ask you a couple of questions just to see where you are, where you want to go, just to be 100% sure that what is it that we are doing will work for you. Because I think we both agree when I say we are both here to make money, correct? So the last thing I want to do is give you a false promises because I don't have enough data, tell you something, and then find out that it doesn't work. Because there is a reason why 90% of our clients have very good successful rate. But in order to do that, I need to ask you a couple of questions. So are you gonna interrupt me, or can we move forward? I will ask you a couple of questions, find out what I need to know, and then show you the whole process. Do you see the difference, Nika? Without over explaining and without
aggressive.
Not necessarily. I'm just basically giving the same energy that he's giving towards me, because he's trying to win authority in the call, and you are like, yes, but you didn't answer my question. This is the most childish answer. It's like, why can I do it? Oh, because I said no. Doesn't make it. It's an answer, but doesn't make sense. Not necessarily. Should we change the roles?
Yeah.
Are you ready to be Miles prospect, or should we go for Ruski and Miles?
Yeah, take them.
Okay, Miles, take Ruski. Tear him apart.
Hello, Ruski, how are you doing?
I'm just fine. How about you?
Yeah, doing great, doing great. How was your day? Have you closed any deal?
I know many people.
Nah, not so far, but it was a pretty good day. How about you?
Okay, got you. So how this is gonna go? I'll ask you a couple of questions, know where you are right now and where you want to go. And then if I feel we align and that we are a good fit for each other, I'll be more than happy to break down our systems for you. Does it sound fair?
Sounds good, yeah.
Wonderful. So tell me, what is this one thing that you want to take out of this call today? What sparked your interest in maybe in the code for?
Just was curious. You said something like you can get me more appointments, but why not? Was on the search for more work to do. Always more work.
Okay, gotcha. So it seems as if getting appointments is something important for you, but what have you tried till now? What are you trying to get more appointments, get more leads?
So I do a lot of billboards. Then referrals are where most of my customers come from. Yeah, that's generally it.
How are billboards working for you?
Yeah, it's hard to track, but I think they're not bad.
How many leads can you get from that every month?
Like I said, hard to track, but I would say like 3 to 7 a month, depends.
3 to 7 a month. And how many of these? What's your close rate with billboards?
Just from the billboards?
Yeah.
Like 2 to 3. Depends how much this month comes in.
And with referrals, how many people do you get?
Referrals are most of them. I would say like something. Let's say 10 on average.
Oh, let's say 10 on average. But this means you're getting on average 12 to 13 close deals every month. Am I right?
Sorry?
This means you're getting from 12 to 13 closed deals every month. Am I right?
So no. So these 2 to 3 closed deals, that's just from the billboards. Like I said, from the referrals I get like 10 leads, and of them I close like another 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
People have to make a lot of money.
So now let's say 6 to 8 on average, 7 closed deals every month, 6 to 8. Is that right?
Yeah.
But tell me, Ruski, with this work you're getting, what's the average job value?
The average job price is like 10 to 15, let's say 12 grand.
Let's say 12 grand. Okay, 12K. Sounds interesting, but I guess you have workers and things to pay. What's your take home? from this?
Per project, like let's say a project is 12 grand, I would take home like eight.
8?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, stuff, man. Why?
Hmm?
Actually, no. Were you amazed in a positive or negative manner?
negative. Because
Okay.
this take home is really much compared to. But Ruski, taking 8 grand, don't you have a big team or the team is pretty small? Because taking back
Oh,
8,
what you can say is make a like a, especially because you're black, you're allowed to. Like what you can say is, oh, wow, okay. But then, do you have a team or do you have slaves? Like, how does that work? Because like in this case, there is no way he can take it incorrectly. Because like, otherwise, he will put himself in a very bad position if he will say, you know, if he will answer incorrectly.
Wow, so from 12K per job, you're taking 8K. But do you have team members or do you have slaves?
So I have team members, but we're not that big yet. So yeah,
How many team members?
3.
3?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So with around 7 jobs every month, this means you're getting around, I would say 84. It's 4 every month. It's 4K.
Getting in contact with every prospective
Is
Pretty
is
much it,
that
yeah.
And remember, you didn't do this with
Wait, how the fuck did you make 8? Am I retarded? Did you say 7? Isn't 7 times 8
7 times 12?
56?
I mean for the company.
Oh, you meant revenue. You didn't mean profit.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
company.
take it. I take it back. I take it back. Yeah, I take it back. 84. Then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But tell me, Ruski, what was your goals? What was your goal for the company this year?
I don't want to sound too arrogant, but I think this year I pretty much nailed it. Like that was my goal, like to hit like 4K a month, I would say.
4K? Excuse me?
Sorry?
You said what was your goal? I didn't hear.
I meant that I pretty much nailed it this year. So yeah.
12 months.
Yeah, but what was your goal? Well, how much do you want to attain?
Like
Why don't you just say
what's that? 8K 12K edge project, that's 10 leads, like I said.
But after reaching that, did you have a greater goal? Because of course, every entrepreneur wants to go further.
Yeah, of course. So maybe I just set my goal a little bit too low. Maybe next year
And next
I
year,
need
what
to
are you
become
planning for next
ambitious.
year?
For next year, I would say double it if everything goes right.
Doubling it.
Mhm.
But do you think you can double down on billboards to cover everything?
Nah, billboards definitely not because they're not really trackable, you know.
And we agree that you can't double down on referrals because it's not under your control, right?
Yeah, of course, but you know, I can always do great work, so I just rely a little bit on that.
How many years have you been in this industry?
I would say like for 7 years now.
7 years. So do you think your referrals will double in a couple of months? Because next year is 2 months from now.
Yeah, nah, I can't rely on that, I would say.
So tell me, what are you planning? Because you're saying you want to double your current profit revenue, but tell me, what did you plan to double it? Because you said to me, billboards definitely not, and referrals is not under your control and can't double in a couple of months.
Yeah, so just searching for things, like I go on the internet, watch what is there, what can I do, like online marketing. That's why I hopped on a call with you. Just got curious. Maybe I thought, if I trust you, you can maybe help me. So just testing some things out.
So, but what changed your mind? What made you think about trying some marketing stuffs? When did something change?
Yeah, like you already said it, I just thought about my goals for next year, and that I want to double up. So, and I just thought how, and that's just the answer.
So it seems to me as if you're currently quite good, but you want to double your current revenue by next year. And to do that, you have to implement something else that can help you reach this goal. So if I told you that we, with our system, because I currently believe we could do that, if I tell you that we are able to bring you this double down, maybe till next year, is this something that you may move forward with?
It sounds interesting, but you have to understand, like, you a stranger now, and I just met you, so I will look into it, but I'm not already sold, so I'm just a little bit
Yeah, I just want to put in more clarity. I was just asking to you, ideally, if I show our systems, and this is because I believe this will work. If it is something that could definitely help you double your revenue, is this something that you may move forward with?
Yeah, if you can promise it, definitely.
Okay, wonderful. So just give me 1 second. I'll pop up my presentation and then show it to you. If it's a good fit for you, wonderful, we can move together. If it is not, no hard feelings. Okay for you?
Okay, just one question. Do you have any clients I can talk to, like maybe just to see their results and stuff like that, to get sure?
Yeah, definitely. But this is something that we may do maybe when we are already working together. Because I can't give you the contacts of my clients because it's like confidential. But once you're already working with us, this is something that is definitely possible.
Okay.
There is one thing, Miles. You have an accent and you're not able to eliminate it. So what you need to do is add more niche knowledge when you speak. Like if you look at the sheet where with the discovery questions, at this point you don't really need to look at the questions itself, but the ones that are highlighted orange, this is where you can add niche knowledge. So I think you're at the point, granted you didn't have as many sales skills, but you're at the point where the biggest obstacle you will face is your accent. So you need to learn how to put niche knowledge in your calls. Canada. Oh shit, you're French. Oh, so okay, eat frogs, never mind it. Nika, do you see the difference? I completely forgot, by the way, that you went to Canada. Okay, Pocahontas is dead. Oh, she's alive. Do you think you can do it in this similar manner?
Not sure.
Cool, try. I don't care if you want to do it with Ruski or if you want to do it with Miles.
She did it with me last time, so she can do it with Ruski.
Then please start.
Hello, Ruski. How's your day?
Was good. How was your day?
Great, thank you. So, what made you decide to come on the call today? Something caught your eye?
I mean, you called me, so Nah, but I wanted to it sounded interesting, just out of curiosity, I would say.
So nothing in particular?
No, you said you can get me more appointments, and I think that sounds interesting.
Okay, great. So how this is gonna go, I'm gonna ask you a few questions just to see if we are a good match. And then I'll show you how the process goes. So let's dive into it. So have you tried any other lead sourcing before?
I have worked with an agency in the past. Hasn't really worked out. I tried like traditional stuff like newspapers, billboards. Yeah.
Why didn't it work out with the agency? Excuse me.
I just had the feeling that they didn't know what they did. Like they weren't really professionals and they hadn't really updated me about how things going. And the main thing is they haven't brought me more money. I just burned dollar signs.
In the meantime, David, we're going to get for you ready.
And did they bring any leads or just nothing at all?
Say like 2, 3, like that's it.
Look, I'm not fully convinced. Can I please speak to one of your boss clients?
Is there anything that you are currently still active doing?
Billboards, billboards, newspapers, and just cold outbound.
So which one of those works the best for you, if I may ask?
I would say cold outbound, but referrals bring most of my appointments, but I can't really have an influence over them.
So how many leads do you get every month?
Leads, 18.
And how much do you actually close them? Close of them?
Of them I close 10.
Okay, look, I like you.
Yeah, Nico, you sound deaf. You sound like a zombie.
I had a long day.
Okay. That's absolutely understandable. The thing is, though, when you're on a sales call, you need to be a different person. That's why I give you nicknames, by the way, if someone has not, like, if someone has asked you, like, themselves. Because I don't know if you guys know what alter ego is. I'm gonna explain it to you on the different call. But like, try to be more energetic, even if you're not. Yes, I wanted to say do nicotine, but you're already smoking, so like, what the fuck? You should be energetic the whole time. Please try to be more energetic. Like literally 5% more will be so much better.
So how much do you earn for the company with each job?
Per project I do 8 grand.
And how much jobs have you done this year so far?
This year I did say 15.
I'm sorry, but you have done 15 jobs so far this year?
Yes.
Then correct me if there's anything that I put down wrong, but how is it possible that you close 10 clients each month and you only done 15 jobs so far?
Yeah, the start of the year was pretty rough, but the past 2 to 3 months we put us together and it gone up.
So do you have a job on the side or anything at the moment right now?
What you can do is literally say, so Ruski, how are you able to afford the bread? Like, do you have any job on the side? Any baby mamas that were taking care of you? How does life work? Like, you can add something to it, because like, especially if you're tired like this, or if I don't know if it's your tonality or if you're generally tired today, you sound dead. So you need to bring some life to the conversation. Otherwise, Ruski's not gonna be interested just because of you.
Just for me, but if my average project price is 8 grand and I did 15 projects this year, that's like 120, this year so far. It's not bad all.
You don't know how many times, right?
Well, it depends on your profit margins. It depends how have you reinvested this money, because if, for example, the prospect said the whole year was tough, but now I made 120 grand, wonderful. Did he pay any debt with it that he had because of the other months that were not as good? Like, there are a lot of information you need to find out before you are going to be able to move forward.
Something triggers that 9 to 5 brain. Then you have to standard practice. What about
Any more questions?
That's how the operates. That's how I know.
Yeah, oh, by the way, Ruski, because like, if you make 120 Gs in a month, imagine you don't have a job, and imagine you have a family, you have workers to pay for. Either you declare your company bankrupt, could happen, or you go in debt in order to pay for all your employees or your family, everything. And even though you shall have made 120 Gs, you don't know how big your debt was in the period of time where you're not able to afford to take care of your family, and where you're not able to afford paying your employees or even equipment, because there are a lot of people who, for example, rent equipment and they are not able to afford it. Or, as in Nika's example, which will be met, they very often take credits out for the whole equipment and all the devices. I also rent, like even rent of the place that they're in. So, to answer your question in one word or one sentence, is it good? It depends in comparison to what, and it depends literally on the scenario. Any more questions? Nothing? No one? Where's Chowder, by the way? I think I have not seen Chowder for a very long time. Has anyone seen the chubby one? Disappointment.
Maybe Amin knows.
Maybe he lost weight. Cool. If anyone has any more questions, I'm more than happy to also extend the call a little bit.
What is 1 month?
No.
3 months? 9 months?
Alex Morales.
As long as well.
I wanted to know, because so it's really a big time problem. I wanted to know, I want to try something else, like getting commitment. Like, are you sure you're gonna show up? Because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time too. So, are you sure you're gonna show up?
And there are, yeah, I get what you're talking about. Then there are 3 things you can do. So at the end of booking the call, you can just simply be like, Miles, by the way, on side note, is there anything else than the act of God that will clarify you're not showing up to the call? Either that, or you can say something remarkable like, oh fuck, I just broke my foot. The feet, not foot, feet. So they will be confused, but then it's not gonna leave their mind for a couple of days. And also schedule only people I will come to say maximum is 4 days in advance, like 2 to 4 days is like the range you should schedule people in. Then make them confirm the call on the appointment. Like when you're on the cold call, confirm the appointment with them. So they actually go to the email or Google Calendar and click on yes, I will attend, because only then it's gonna block it out in their calendar.
But the thing is, in my niche, like they're mostly working, so they'll always say to me like, "Oh, look, right now I'm working. I can't confirm it right now." You know?
Cool. Then be like, wonderful. When can I call you just to confirm it? Are you gonna be done in 15 minutes, 30 minutes? When is your lunch break?
Because I think confirming is something also important. But they still get the reminders and the reconfirmation links per mail and SMS with the workflows without.
Yes, but then are your reminders also personalized, where they think it's a human speaking to them, or is it your appointment with Miles is going to take place in 1 hour, 4 hours, 30 minutes? Like that's also important. So the workflows on calendar are very important. And the last thing will be you can call them.
Yeah, I'm always calling them.
Okay, when?
Like 10 minutes before, but majority of the time they don't pick up.
Do you call them from a different number?
Yeah, some. I have 2 numbers in Canada, because right.
We'll always call them from a new number, like a number they shall have never seen before. Because then there is a chance they're gonna think it's a potential customer gonna pick up, and then you will like catch them off guard.
And yesterday I increased part of my workflow. I had 48 hours, 24 hours. Yesterday I added 2 hours for reconfirmation, and in the email I sent a also where they can tell if they don't want to book in again, or a reconfirmation. Yeah, I added 2 hours, and I also added 30 minutes. Because I already had 1 hour. I added 30 minutes. And I have 10
Well,
minutes.
then it should be fine. And then it's just literally clarifying on the call. As a matter of fact, what you can say after the confirming is very important. But if you say they are on the job, cool. Just literally say to them, absolutely fine. Can I call you in 15, 20 minutes? Like when is your lunch break? Just so we can confirm it. And then ask them either, is there anything else than act of God that will clarify you're not showing up? Or, by the way, I know you're busy. I know you're still working for a company. That's why this call is important, because we want to change that. So will there be any reason why you will not come to the call? Because the last thing I want to see is you taking out an hour of, granted, don't say hour, like say 15 minutes, out of my calendar, and me taking 15 minutes out of your calendar. Because from a businessman to a businessman, I think you understand my position. Something in this direction. Just so they understand the importance of the call.
Like I say, like, okay, from businessman to businessman, okay, let me think about it. Can you say it again?
Which one?
The last one you said, like.
Nice. I come out with those things on spot. I don't.
Yeah, say something. I don't want to think.
So Miles, look, I take into consideration you're still working on your business, so you may be on a job. That's why the call is important, because we want to change that. But then, just so I have clarity on my side, is there any reason or anything magic, even an act of God, that will clarify you not showing up? Because the last thing I want to do is take out 15 minutes out of my calendar and your calendar, and you're not going to show up. Because then you just want basically a confirmation from them. No, I'm going to attend it. I understand how important it is. Blah, blah, blah.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Who the fuck have you called right now?
Excuse me?
Who
No,
have
I
you
was
called
not
right
calling
now?
someone. I wasn't calling someone.
Oh. Okay, any more questions? Anyone?
Just about my microphone, did I sound today better or yesterday? Thursday. Last
Well,
Thursday.
sound was not changing, so I would say today was better, yes.
Okay, because I'm joined over my phone, I think I need to use my laptop because even when I'm cold calling, like the first two sentences, people always say they can't hear me. But I tried good headphones, bad headphones, like with microphone. I don't know. They just say they
And
can't hear me.
there's a chance, as I said, that there is something wrong with your sound card in the laptop or PC. I don't know what you have, or it's the RAM that basically just burns your other things. It's either that or the not the power cord, the power box that you have in your PC. I forgot the English name of it. Where there is a chance that it just doesn't give you enough power because you have just either miscalculated or you just bought a PC that has not been made correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I need to go because my internet is gonna cut off in a second. Is there anything else? Anyone?